Brock and James from the Rebel Scum podcast here, and we are going to watch the new Rebels Season 4 trailer. Yeah. Should be exciting.
I'm excited for this.
This is, I'm pretty floored by this, but we're going to try to, look at all the little things in the background and see that. So we're going to be stopping and starting quite a bit. All right.
Here we go.
Play it.
It starts on a black screen.
Black screen.
Ezra! What happened?
We're thinking that's Lothal? Yeah, that's Lothal.
Okay, let's pause this.
Yeah.
So, the series starts on Lothal.
Like season 1, you mean?
Season 1
yeah.
starts. Do you think we're going full circle now?
Oh, yes, for sure. The last episode definitely is going to be on Lothal. Even if it's only for, the last 5 minutes, but yeah.
Okay. Lothcat. Well, Lothcat's played.
Lothcat.
Lothcat.
Lothrat, Lothcat, Lothwolf, run.
Ooh,
Pick a
that's
path.
Lothwolf.
I love this right here.
Is done.
That's so anime, the look of the Lothcat. Lucasfilms.
Very adult.
Yeah.
What's the status
This is
of the
cool
Imperial
base.
occupation?
Are we assuming? Yeah, it's definitely on Mandalore. Yeah, pause it.
Which-
Can you go back a bit?
Yeah, as you were obviously there.
Yes, the first episode is heavily on Mandalore. We won't say anything else. I guess, this was from that episode. But I do like how the Star Destroyer at the beginning, when you see that first. Obviously, of course, we got it has to be an orb.
Yeah.
Because everything the
Star
Empire does is round. But I love that you can see the Star Destroyers are just hanging out there.
And look how small, how big this has to be.
Yeah.
In order for a Star Destroyer to be that small.
Yeah.
This is a large.
And I would never think that it would attach by the peak. So I guess maybe are they able to go into the Star Destroyer from there? Is that just a way of they're charging it, right? Or do they have little transport ships that go in and out?
I think it's easier to dock that way. It's easier to dock it.
It's like their little USB keys. All right, go ahead and play again.
All right.
What's the status of the Imperial occupation?
Mandalore's
It just looks cool.
locked out.
I'm very excited to watch this episode again.
War's raging.
It's time for
It's definitely gonna get dark.
Not just to your family.
That's still a Mandalore.
You
Pause
are.
that. That's Sabine's brother, right in the foreground.
Yeah.
I can't recognize anyone else. There's
Jango Fett beside it.
That'd be amazing. But it's cool, just seeing Mandalorians as always, and there's different races of Mandalorians apparently, or just different skin color. I don't know if we've seen a lot of that before,
It
but
looks like, I wasn't at Fan Expo to see this trailer or to see the first 2 episodes that they played, but we did watch an episode
yeah,
at Star Wars Celebration, which we are all assuming was the very first episode.
yeah, exactly.
And it seems like this season is going to begin, and Mandalore is going to play a very important role in the first few episodes,
Right.
least, of the season, of the series. Good?
Yep, like
But to all of Mandalore.
Black Saber.
If you continue to allow
That
this
was
war
cool.
to
That was
be
like a-
fought on the Empire's terms,
So right there, Saw Gerrera, if
Yes.
you do, and he says the very important thing right there, playing on the Empire's terms. On the Empire's terms. Because we're getting more about Saw and how, I don't want to say crap, but how he's separated himself from the rebels.
He's a splinter cell sort of extremist. And then we see
Grand Admiral
Thrawn, some Death Troopers, and Governor
Price.
Price, thank you.
And she is a big part in the Thrawn novel.
Yeah,
as well.
which is very cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah. And this is a great shot right here. I love seeing Death Troopers back.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think they're you said this a few months ago on the podcast. What if Death Troopers symbolize death?
Yeah.
Like the Angel of Death. So maybe one of these two are going right here.
That'd be sweet.
That'd be something else.
are going to lose.
Saw again.
We are not ready for open war.
On Mothma.
Whoa,
is
wait
back.
a minute. This is the first time I ever noticed this shot.
Oh, you never noticed?
This is a
Yeah.
wicked shot right here.
Yeah, so Death Troopers coming
Oh
out of
my
smoke. We're
God.
assuming it's one of the many explosions we've seen so far
Yeah.
in this trailer.
But Mon Mothma and Saw do not see eye to eye. I think this season of Rebels might make Rogue One an even better movie than it is.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, now that we're seeing more Death Troopers already in this trailer, I get the sense that whenever we see Thrawn, we're going to see Death Troopers.
Yeah.
I hope they kind of play out a little bit more, like telling us a little bit more about them, because they seem pretty mysterious in Rogue One.
I love them.
What about Lothal? We promised my
Pause
people
that.
support.
You go back.
Again, Lethal's being mentioned.
So we got a lot of ships. That's Lothal in the background, yes?
Gotta be, yeah.
Yeah. So nothing hugely different. Is that in the back? Is that one of the rebellion, the big cruiser ones? Or like those real, I should know this by now. The Mon Calamari, I think, cruisers. Those 3 like orbs in the back there. What do you think those are?
These?
Yeah.
Oh, they could be, yeah. Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. Because we did see them
Star Destroyers here?
in Rebels before, I believe, right? You know which ones I'm talking about, yeah.
Well, they'd have to be, because if this is leading up to Rogue One
Yeah.
and it comes around the events of Rogue One, then they would have to be there at some capacity.
Right.
You would guess.
Promise my people support.
Ghost.
Mon Mothma's errands.
Oh, go back. Let's see some of those characters. Yeah, so have we seen that? Oh, it's
That's
Zeb.
Zeb.
It's Zeb. Ah, I can't even recognize him. This is important. This is why we're pausing so we can see. So Zeb, and that's Kanan, because later we see him with the same kind of helmet on. Oh, very cool.
And there's Hera.
And just go advance just a little bit. And I think we see, Ooh, that's a good freeze frame right there. So what is that? So we are going to see Yavin 4. I don't think we've seen it before. So there's Hera and Mon Mothma on.
Well, the season
Yavin
finale
4.
ended with "Let's go to Yavin," right?
That's right. So now this is official. Well, not officially. We saw it in the very first trailer as well.
I'm very curious to see how they're going to play the Mon Mothma character, how she's going to play, because we obviously see Saw's point, and the point that we just played is he says we played on Mon Mothma's side, and like he doesn't believe in what she's doing.
Yeah.
And I'm very curious to see how the show represents her.
Yes, a great point.
Right, because we see her from one point of view, but Saw sees her from another. So and it seems, which we're going to play in a second, where I feel like Ezra might be joining the Saw point of view.
And last season, like we saw, like Mon wasn't really sure of herself.
Yeah.
Because she's like, well, we can't do this. You know, if we do this, a lot of things will change and a lot of people will die. So that was kind of cool. Hit play, yeah.
Or do something that might actually matter.
So right there, Saw Gerrera is saying do something that might actually matter.
Right.
And then Ezra wearing this biker scout helmet here. This is where I come up. Maybe he's that black stormtrooper.
Maybe. I mean, we see a lot. Maybe. So we see Sabine. It's like that's Sabine's like artwork on the side there. So if we go with your theory of like he's that person in Rogue One that works for Saw, like maybe something happens to Sabine and he paints over it so he can't. So
He's immortal.
he can't look at it anymore, sort of thing.
I don't know. It's probably not going to turn out, but I think it's just a cool way to play them together.
Yeah, exactly.
U-Wings.
Oh! Go back. There we go. Saw and Two Tubes.
This is going to be my wallpaper.
That's awesome.
I'm so happy Two Tubes shows up. It shows how tight he is with Saw.
Yeah, exactly.
Saw's looking pretty good. He looks a lot different than he did last season.
Yeah.
Looks like he's
I'm
aged
glad
10 years.
So I wonder if a ton of time has passed because we saw when we saw Saw last season, he was still bald.
And I kind of got the feeling in Rogue One that he has been hiding out on Jeddah for a long time, but this tells me that he has not been there for that long.
It's interesting. That definitely seems like there's a lot of time that has to pass between the two seasons. Interesting.
Who knows? It's just exciting to see this.
Yeah.
But notice no black bike scout trooper.
No.
Your TIE Defender is at risk. Krennic has
TIE
been quite
Defender.
persuasive about his
Toronto.
own project.
And Dave Filoni did say at Fan Expo Canada, Krennic will not be appearing in season 4 of Rebels.
But he will be mentioned. So.
He's going to have a presence, which is great.
And as Tarkin is about to say, play that.
Project.
Stardust, like that. Just little things like that is what make the show amazing.
And Admiral
Yo, 4 pause. Oh, go back.
Bail Organa?
Keep going, yeah. So, no one else. Yeah, I just wanted to double check all the characters in there. It's no one hugely new. But yeah, that's good, though. We see the main cast, Sans, Kanan, are together on Yavin 4. So
I
that's
get
good.
this feeling, and I hate to say it, but I think Kanan, by this point in the story, this looks like it's close to Rogue One, where Ezra should not be here because he's a black scout trooper. But I have a feeling that at this point, Kanan's gone already. I think Kanan's going to go Obi-Wan on us.
Interesting.
He's going to have a presence. Freddie Prinze Jr. is probably around for the entire season, but Kanan's body is not.
Right.
That's how I'm feeling from this right here.
Interesting.
I'm probably completely wrong.
We're seeing a satellite dish that I think prior to this clip, we see it being blown up, so that must be some important mission they have to
Kanan's
do.
on that dish.
Yeah, of course.
But look, this is the attention to detail. This is the Rogue One. This is the same set as Rogue One, which is a New Hope, obviously. But this is the attention. Mon Mothma's in that spot.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. And there's an egg on the table.
Your ship can get in and out undetected.
We don't call it the Ghost for nothing.
Woo! Got him!
Cool stuff.
Captains.
Oh, and here's...
Oh, this is important.
Do that.
It will be done.
So he's sending Rook to find Sindoor.
And it looks like
Hera.
she is an X-wing pilot.
Yeah, she's an X-Wing jumpsuit, which is cool. Or possibly a B-Wing. She's definitely in a jumpsuit for a single pilot ship.
But here's the question: if she's in that, does she use that in Rogue One? Is that we hear her voice in Rogue One, or is that not the Ghost in Rogue One that we see? Are we going to learn that that's not the Ghost, and that she is in fact just an X-wing pilot for maybe?
That'd be interesting.
Maybe she's part of maybe she gets trapped in Scarif and we just never see her.
Back on what seems to be
Lothal.
Lothal wolves.
It's not whether or not we fight.
It's how we choose to fight that matters.
Now pause that. So obviously, part of the storyline is, I think, Ezra controlling the... Because I feel like that's what his eyes would always do when he was controlling animals with the Force. Or like mind melding, whatever you want to call it. So my guess is that... I mean, we saw in the previous trailer that they're riding on Lothal wolves because they're massive. So, I think definitely... Are we assuming that's what he's doing in this scene, or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say.
So I think definitely something's going to happen where he has to control Loth wolves, which is cool.
So cool. But the question is this the beginning of the season after
Yeah,
Mandalore? Is
exactly.
it before the Rogue One? Where does this fall in this
I
season?
feel like it would be weird if they went to Lothal in the beginning of the season for something big like this. I don't know.
If this is a shortened season, like I believe it is, then yeah, who knows? This season's going to be... I think this season is going to be insane, though.
Oop. Go ahead and play.
Matters. I know, Kanan. Maybe we're choosing the wrong way.
Pause that. So Ezra saying maybe we're choosing the wrong way. Interesting.
That's a badass shot.
So that's pretty ambiguous, and we've already posited that he's gonna join Saw Gerrera. Would be interesting, I think.
The thing is, here's the thing. He probably won't be that, whatever. But what he's saying is the wrong side, and we all assume he's saying Jedi, and they want us to believe he's talking about joining the Sith in that way. But I think because of the outcome of season 3 with Maul and all that, he knows that the dark side's not the right way to go. He might understand the balance of more of Ahsoka, and Ahsoka's and maybe Ahsoka comes into play with this somehow.
That'd be awesome.
Maybe that's how it is. Or it's the way the rebellion is going.
Yeah.
He could easily also become a slicer. I know he's not Benicio del Toro because Ryan Johnson pretty much said so, but he could just become something of that nature.
So those double scars on the
wrong side of the face.
On the wrong side of the face, but the double scars on the DJ pop. It's like, oh, that's interesting. But that could just be Funko putting them. Anyways, hit play.
Yeah, so 16 episodes this season. So
16. Okay, gotcha.
Choosing the wrong way.
There you go. The first time we ever
X-Wings.
seen X-Wings. Someone was asked on Twitter, what are the workers on Rebels was asked on Twitter, why have they not seen X-Wings in Rebels before? And he said, the Rebellion didn't have them.
Yeah, I'm excited to find out because I love the episode where they get the B-Wings. The A-Wings, they never really explain. That's just sort of what they have to begin with. But I love the B-Wings. I love the Y-Wings. So finding out why the X-Wings became like pretty much their go-to.
Do you think
cruiser.
there is a chance that if this starts in Mandalore, then moves to Lothal, it looks like it might end on Lothal, but let's say it moves to Lothal.
Yeah.
Could X-Wings be a fighter ship native to Lothal?
Possibly. Though you got Yavin 4 coming into play quite a bit, and that's where we first see an X-Wing, so maybe it's that.
I'm curious to see where X-Wings
Lothal would be interesting, but like Lothal doesn't feel like a place where they think up ships. And then why haven't we seen one before?
Because they're in a hangar somewhere.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. It's a big planet, no? Sweet.
When are you going to feel you've done enough for this rebellion?
And we see what looks like Chopper in a new kind of
You've done enough.
disguise. He's not the typical black. He's yellow. I can't wait to buy the Funko Pop of this.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
But I still think this thing with Kanan and Hera is early on.
There's the dialogue between
For
Hera
this
and
rebellion.
Guess I never really thought about it.
Rook.
So I guess you really never thought about
Rook.
Is Rook
Take on Kanan as
Is
well.
he going to kill Kanan? Yeah. And then Hera. But she's wearing different clothes.
Yeah.
I think this is all teasing us into believe certain things, but I do think
Right.
Kanan goes early on. Somewhere. I mean, he might not die early on, but I think he's going to be gone early on. It's going
Right.
to leave the team without him. And I'm going to be completely wrong, but whatever. Boss.
Oh, I'm moving.
We will not stand down.
Definitely the action's gonna be
We will
really
not
good
be
this
broken
season.
by fear.
Cool whip. Like, do we think that's a lightsaber or just some kind of like taser laser whip thing?
Has this
Who
been?
is
Has it
that?
been in? Well, that's Mandalorian, no? The whip.
I'm not sure.
But look, there's Greedo behind him. They're on Lothal here. This is Lothal.
Right.
This is
But
some
who
kind
is
of
that
under-
person? It doesn't look like a Mandalorian.
I don't know. It's not.
Some type of assassin of some sort. Who knows?
It's not Rook.
Alright.
We are strong, united by our courage.
Oh wait, go back. It's a Trandoshan. Awesome. This is great. Finally, we get some Trandoshan action going on. So interesting. Who is this character? I don't know. He almost looks like he works for the city or something.
Could this be after he disposes of Kanan?
Maybe.
He doesn't probably, but
But
because
there's
look, Zeb
definitely-
is fighting for a reason.
Yeah. Interesting. Oh, I'm glad we caught that one.
You caught it.
Yay.
Now is our
Who is this? Who is this person in the foreground here?
Well, we're guessing that's Zeb in the background.
Yeah,
And then that's probably Kanan on the right, Chopper, and then I'm assuming that's Ezra in the very background on the left. Maybe they have to go rescue someone. That's why, because I think we see her again later in the trailer.
I don't think it's Sabine.
No, it doesn't look like Sabine. But when we saw what we thought is her in the later, she's wearing Mandalorian armor, so who knows? I can play.
time.
I wish I could see you.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. So they go on some kind of mission where they have to dress up as other people.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. Even though that looks like he's piloting something, but why would a black guy be the pilot or something? But who knows?
Well,
Maybe the Force is that good that he can pilot something.
I'm happy he hasn't got his vision back.
Yeah, me too.
You could always see me.
Well, see this shot right here of the speeder bike.
Oh, can you go back? Can you go back a frame? There he is. So yeah, he is piloting. Interesting.
But this is reminiscent of the very, very, very first
Yes,
episode of Rebels
yes.
when Ezra steals the crate and they chase him on the bike. This is except this is nighttime and that one was daytime.
Yeah, exactly.
Which could that symbolize darkness and the other one was light?
Maybe, I don't know, but like, yeah. Yeah, so that's Chopper, and I mean, then you see the cockpit, but you can actually see it's her in that frame.
All the paths are coming together, right?
I'm just not sure if we're going to like where they
Pause it.
lead.
So yeah, that's that character that we're not sure of. Again, they're on Lothal, but she's definitely holding a Mandalorian helmet. Maybe like because they're all in costume at the time, maybe that's her costume, but now they're back in their
maybe.
ordinary. Oops, there goes my phone.
It's Hera.
That's my. It's Hera as a human. So yeah, that's cool. Interesting. Is that? I think there's a little bit more.
This is Lothal. So, but in this, okay, so if it starts with Mandalore, that would make sense why they have this person here, it's whoever, and then they go to Lothal next.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Ooh, it's called Rebels.
Oh. What?
Is that the end?
I think so. Yeah.
I think it's gonna be October 16th, the premiere. We're gonna do a live show.
Awesome.
I'm excited for this season. I like that it's the final season because we know we're going to get some. Well, we're guessing we're going to get some closure.
Yeah.
And it looks like, we talked about on this week's episode of the podcast that is this just the first half of the season like they have done in the past? But with this only being 16 episodes, this could be the ultimate trailer for the entire season.
So yeah, that's been our trailer review. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope YouTube doesn't take this down. But it's been fun. I hope we do more of these because it is really neat to search the scene out for different things. And I'm sure we missed some. So if we missed something, point it out to us in the comments. Like, subscribe, and always check in for new videos because we're always making new stuff here on Rebel Scum Podcast. And may the Force be with you. Always.
Hey scumbags, thanks for watching. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up on our video. As always, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Rebel Scum Podcast, for all the latest videos.